تهیه و تنظیم در استودیو بیزرایز.
What is your biggest turn-off?
She has long nails and she's typing and you can hear.
Clickety clackety clack.
Done.
You know what I hate? Loud chewers.
Loud chewers. I'll be honest, I don't really notice it too much. Some people are very sensitive to that.
Yeah, I'm very.
Maybe I'm a loud chewer. So, ladies and gents, this is Amara Riva Rossi the third.
Fourth.
What?
Fourth.
The fourth. She runs Gadzhi, which is our eyewear business. Wears many hats between the different companies. And she's also my lovely executive assistant. So.
And bestie.
Friend?
When?
Your hands are so tiny. Amara put out some questions on her Instagram. We'll pop her tag right there.
Are you ready? Are you ever insecure about the judgment you get?
I think insecurities are very interesting because they tell you a lot about yourself. You need to understand when something affects you, how much of it is truth and how much of it is just your mind playing with you. But I think sometimes the criticism is important. We started posting on TikTok in the summer and I had no idea what was going on. I remember one day finally in November, I went on the app and I was like, I look like a twat. Mm-hmm. So you could say, oh, don't focus on the haters, but you read the comments and it's like, these are all very valid points, which is in short form, a lot of the statements that I make about my life just come across very braggadocious and this and that when you
braggadocious.
New word for you. When you clip it in a very short segment. For me, it doesn't affect me. I will take heed of it. I always believe people don't hate me. People hate that I became the man that they could have been. And I understand that.
And I think you have a lot of confidence in who you are and knowing that.
Like you remember what it was like even when I was younger. I was getting hate at 13 or 14 for being an outcast and being alone at lunch and reading books and doing all this stuff. Yeah, I know. I guess I'm used to the hate.
You're a legend. Let's get into some more juicy ones.
Yep.
Let's see if you can guess. 2 words. One starting with B, second one starting with C. The viewers want to know.
Body count.
Yes.
What? Mine?
Yeah.
Honestly, my body count is no one's business. I think it's very weird. No, quite frankly, and I think it's very weird when guys will try to flex their body count. If I'm ever get into more serious romantic relationships, I don't think they need to know mine. I want to know theirs, of course. But for me personally, I don't think you should ever ask a girl's body count.
Say you met a girl. She's really like a queen. But you find out she has like a crazy body count and back in the day she had different views. Would you judge her on her past?
In the whole online world, I see like guys and they're like, oh, she slept with 8 girls.
8 girls.
This is how you can tell I'm so tired.
Oh, she slept with 8 girls. Fuck.
Yeah, guys will be like, oh, she slept with 8 guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's actually break down the math. So let's say she's 24. Because they're like, guys will be like, that's haram, you know, that's crazy, blah, blah. And I'll be honest, most of the guys who are saying this are guys who have no real experience in the real world. And being with women in different countries, because that's the other thing. Depending on the country and where a girl was raised, very different. You know,
how she was raised.
How she was raised. For example, I know this is a generalization, but a girl in the US with a 10 body count, I'm a lot more understanding of it because I understand your external influences you. There are certain countries, for example, like America, that are just simply more promiscuous. You know, it's more acceptable that a girl is just...
Sorry.
I don't judge anyone for their body count. I just think in life you need to see people for what they are.
For sure.
But yeah, my body count is...
no one's business. So stop asking me to ask him about his body count.
Should we get people to guess?
Yes. I don't even know your body count and I don't want to know.
I just think it's weird if you keep counting past a certain point.
It's none of my business. Yeah, I think it's weird too.
The guys who write lists, for me, it's the weirdest shit.
It's a bit weird. Next question. What is the single most important thing in life?
For me, I care about fulfillment, and fulfillment is doing hard things. From the age of 9, from the age of 12, I was telling my mom these things. Like, I feel a sense of responsibility. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is inside me. Maybe the conditions that you're aware of, you know, my childhood and whatnot, that it was sprung up on me from a young age. I just need to be responsible for people and things. For me, fulfillment comes from that sense of responsibility.
What's the most important discipline you learned without a disciplinary figure, i.e. father?
Everything. This sounds horrible, but a lot of times, father that you have, you may love him, unconditionally love him, but that doesn't mean that he's a good role model.
Yeah.
Like, very few fathers are actually good role models. And the issue is, if he's not a good role model, because he's your father, you're going to end up absorbing maybe 20%, maybe 80% of his beliefs and his worldview. So if he's not a stand-up character, that can lead a lot of people astray. The advantage that I had, it goes wrong most of the time, but for me, luckily it just managed to work, is I had a clean slate. Because I had a clean slate, I could be the man that I want to be.
But you say clean slate, but I think also you have carried a lot of trauma. So how has that shaped you and affected you? Because it's not necessarily a clean slate.
I mean it more from a tangible perspective
Okay.
of worldview, wisdom, beliefs. I think from the perspective of love, it's just, I guess my view of love is a lot more pragmatic than other people.
Do you think love has an expiry date?
The love that you're talking about, yes. The truest love is when you wake up next to a person, you're not even actually that attracted to them. You know all the bad things about them, you know all the negatives, all the downside, but you still go, there's no one else I'd rather have by my side. To me, that's actual love.
And that is hands down one of the best feelings in the world.
That's home. That's home.
It
And
is home.
And you know, some would say I have a very depressing view on love, but it's
I
guess
wouldn't say you have a
practical.
depressing view. What does it feel like having the hottest assistant in the world?
You made that up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
If I could have a attractive EA who is unreliable, untrustworthy, all of this stuff, but you know, they just look good, or I could have super loyal,